Hello everyone, I'm Steve, Mark's around, and this is Smokey, Steve, and Mark. Either welcome or welcome back, and it is the weekend, so we know what that means. Today is skinny syrup pumpkin scone with almond milk and dark roast, and of course the unfinished basement. So,
Ooh, unfinished basement.
calm yourself down. So, today, first of all, I hope everyone's being safe, washing your hands, being inside if you need to, going out minimally. We're all in this together, so just be mindful, okay? We're going to pick up where we left off with our friend Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty, Big Beautiful Me, and now it was the Daily Chantal, then there was a vlog channel, we'll touch on that was going to happen and didn't, and of course she's Foodie Beauty again. Now, before I begin, she did like 5 lives or something like that this week. I don't particularly care for lives, watching them back. I like doing lives. Mark and I do lives. But it's a lot to kind of keep up with. So I did review the live videos. I kind of expedited my review of them, try to make sure I got the important parts, but watching her for an hour and a half in a stream is, I don't know, not optimal for my health. So we'll do what we can, and we'll keep moving along, okay? So, where we left off, there were going to be no more mukbangs. By the way, you can probably see my glasses in the ring light. I'll do what I can. No more mukbangs. She was moving, planning to pack with Pete's, which had me concerned about her gaining a lot of weight, because Pete's would probably never tell her no. And she was kind of nonchalant about the coronavirus. Now, this was a week ago. Now, granted, this was serious for other people further back than that. But the urgency wasn't, I mean, it was there for a lot of us, actually. I was off a week ago. But maybe it wasn't there for her. So, whatever. She got some flack for that, and maybe she deserved it. So, we begin with a live stream. Foodie Beauty, in real life, get ready with me. So, like most live streams, she says hello to everybody for the first 5 minutes. It's a morning live stream, and she's looking a little rough. Now, it's a get ready with me, so she's supposed to look a little rough, I guess. And I don't think I had realized this woman is Houdini in a number of ways. Not just in her art of deception, but she does a good face of makeup. Her hair, I didn't realize, I don't think, how thin and balding her hair was. And we're in the same boat. I'm no stranger to the fight. The quarter of my hair that's left, I shave off, so I'm right there with you. I go through hats like crazy because they turn inside out. But, I mean, it's fascinating to me that she draws a hairline out of that, and it doesn't look too bad. I was watching an infomercial for a product called GLH by Ron Popeil. It's like spray paint hair. I don't think that would work. She has a powdered product she uses. But at any rate, her new idea is that during these tough times, and we're all going through tough times, she thinks she's going to do more live streams and more bloggy things and vloggy things and, other stuff. Now, originally she was going to continue, I thought, with kind of like the mukbangs to provide some consistency in content at a time when things are so uncertain. So it was like hashtag mukbangs for humanity kind of thing. And now we're going to do something a little bit different, and she was going to go the vloggy direction. Put a pin in that, because it comes up later. Let's see. She was planning to go out possibly with her grandmother, and she wore a mask and all that stuff. So precautions, she's doing, sort of what the rest of us should be doing. And she's in the live, and I'm like, why is she doing lives? Why is she doing lives? And then you hear, thanks for the super chat, and then Mark goes, aha! That's why! So, really in the super chats, like every 5 minutes, somebody else is doing that. But I don't know. It must be advantageous for her, because Chantal's priority 1 is Chantal. So, just to give you the heads up, going through the rest of this live stream, I watched, like, the first half hour, and then I skipped to certain intervals, and just whatever the topic was at that given moment, I bulleted. So other topics that came up during this live stream: cat food, toilet paper, cat treats, Pete getting to go to the comic book store, and someone asked her to speak French. I think it's questionable whether or not Chantal speaks French. I think people assume she does, and I think she's alluded to the fact that she does, but I'm not sure she actually does. Number 2, eat with me, barbecue and mac and cheese. So she's going for a reasonable portion of mac and cheese, some rotisserie chicken, and some broccoli. And it's a modest dinner. And she qualifies or disqualifies herself by saying, "Today we're ignoring my previous videos where I said I wouldn't eat on camera, and then amended that to say I wouldn't eat fast food on camera." To which Mark said, quote, "You can't believe a word this bitch says." It's all games to her. So, Mark weighed in, and I'm inclined to agree, you know. She has her cycles, you know, but if you can't just slap a label of sickness onto poor behavior and write it off. It doesn't really work that way. I mean, you certainly can, but people are going to see through that. You know, you'll sucker some people in to say, oh, she can't help it. Oh, it's a disease. Oh, it's an illness. And yes, I've had similar diseases and illnesses. You know, you might not choose to have it, but none of us are really helpless to do something about it. So, just saying that, just putting that out there. She acts like she has no choice. Like, under threat of death, she has to eat on camera. She has to do a mukbang. So, she went to the grocery store for her grandmother. She wore a mask. You know, she tried to be cautious with that. We're doing that here in Pennsylvania. We just got locked down in our county. You know, grocery store. And that's pretty much it. Mark's on his way out to go do some laundry. And believe in Pennsylvania those are still open, so we'll see about that. So we're all having different boundaries and things we can and can't do. BB walks in for a second, and of course she's balls deep into her food. And Mark, again, commented, you know, imagine coming home to that every night, no wonder they broke up. Now, I can't say for certain that that had anything to do with them breaking up. It could have been a factor, you know.
Just imagine it. Just imagine every day coming home and seeing that somebody sitting in front of the camera, well, looking like that, and just shoveling it in, like, every day. Could you imagine?
People think he's the nice one. I'm the nice one.
Oh,
I'm the nice one. People think he's the nice one.
That is, I am.
With all that bubbly talk and the crafting, and people think you're nice. I'm the nice one. So, at any rate, yes, I would.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I would be a little put on. Well, I mean, that's not my type of guy. I mean, she's a woman, but let's say, you know, let's say it was you, and I came home after work every day, and you were doing this, eating, and getting up at noon when I'm getting up at, you know, I would see that there could be an issue there.
Too.
But actually, at this point, BB gives.
Hi, everybody.
This is Mark.
I'm a-leaving.
Mark's going to see if you can do
laundry.
laundry.
To do laundry. I will leave you alone.
Come back
Bye,
safe.
everybody.
BB seems to give absolutely no fucks about interrupting her videos anymore. Absolutely none. So, the next video is life updates. It's another live. 1,000 hellos. That coldest bottle makes a cameo. It's about right there on camera. She said she's in a bad mood. She doesn't feel well. She went shopping and couldn't find toilet paper, so she went to a convenience store and paid way too much for it. They just announced where she was at that point that non-essential stores had closed. And she's talking about how it's inconvenient, and she says she knows it's not just happening to her, but she talks about it like it's just happening to her. The furniture stores, because she's moving, her concern is that the furniture stores will be closed and won't move stuff. She's moving on the 15th. So there's some ifs there. That's a unique situation. Not the furniture. I mean, get an air mattress. But what's essential about that? Is furniture essential? I'm inclined to say no. Having a roof over your head, yes. I would say that's essential. But, you know, things like that, I don't know. You could argue. I would say no. But the solution they found was that there was a place open, that would be open, that would deliver but bring the furniture like takeout and leave it outside the door. Call me cynical. I don't see Pete and Chantal moving a couch from the front sidewalk to the inside of their living space. I don't see it. Like an armoire. I don't see it happening. Or if they have to assemble anything, I'm not optimistic about that solution. But, so, another announcement she had was that doctor called and wants to do a lung function test and wants to meet in person in the beginning of April. Wants to do some sort of cancer screening, or was asking Chantal about a cancer screening. You know, she always has some ongoing health issue. And either she's lying about having them, which is sad, or she actually does have them, which is also sad. So, And then she says, I don't know if I'll ask her about weight loss surgery. Just drop that in there. Just put that in. She may ask. She won't. That's no time soon. She's about 5 years away from an epiphany like that. You know, maybe she'll have midlife crisis growth, but I don't see that happening. Somebody did question in the stream if she was going to therapy Monday, and she's like, oh, I don't go every Monday. And then promptly blew it off and kept moving. So, I don't know. She said she is going to go back to taking an antidepressant, because without it, she's not functional. This is a back and forth. I know she has her food cycles, but this is a back and forth on the mental health side that I followed with her, because in case you haven't been paying attention, I deal with some of those issues myself. She'll beg to go on a med, beg to see a doctor, get in, go on the medication, not like the side effects, quit after 3 days, and then her line is, you know, a pill won't fix anything, sometimes you have to look for other stuff, your own this, your own that, and then there's like a fruit fast, or some other, like, nature's healing thing going on. Just take the damn select, you know, I don't know. It's your call, it's our own bodies. I'm not advocating for her to do, you know, go on any medication that, you know, gives her bad side effects, but working closely with the doctor to monitor side effects, find out, is this normal, is this not, should I try something else? You know, it's the back and forth. It does more damage than help, I think, to make a person feel crazy, to go off and on mind-altering medications, even if they're supposed to help. My opinion, just based on life experience, you know. And then she said she doesn't feel well again. That was enough for me. That's the end of the live stream. Every live stream, she doesn't feel well. She's depressed, she's sad, she has a stomach ache. She's tired. Something. Every stream starts with that. So, eat with me comfort food, meatloaf, and cheesy potatoes. She's cooking. I like cooking videos. The food looked good, I thought. I'm a meat and potatoes type of person. That's how I grew up. I grew up in hearty Irish, German, American stock. So, she said she's really enjoying cooking now that she has more time at home. She asked for her folks to comment on topics that she thinks, you know, that they want her to talk about. Now, there's nothing wrong, I think, with soliciting feedback from an audience, because ultimately, it's, I think, you guys that are watching, you know, I want to make stuff that you're entertained by, or that you find interesting, or informative, or whatever. So I want to make that content for you. There's also the goal of bringing in new subscribers. So you want to deviate a little bit sometimes and think, can I entertain and hold on to the folks who've been supportive, but also bring new folks in? So there's nothing wrong with a little fishing here and there for some stuff. So I'm not too mad at her about that. She does it. I've seen her do it a lot over the last couple years, though. I think she just runs out of steam with content ideas. And, you know, Mark and I struggle. We post daily sometimes to come up with what's something different, what's something people haven't seen, what's something people have asked for. Even if it's only a couple people, and just use that idea as a jump off. But it can border on opinion seeking and laziness. It can be a fine line, just saying. So she talks about a movie she saw. This turned into dinner and a movie, which was an idea of hers. And it's a movie called Platform. It's in Spanish. She said she doesn't want to spoil the ending, so she won't say too much. I guess you can review a movie without saying the ending. I mean, she didn't want to spoil it. That's considerate, but I don't know. So, and BB gives no fucks. Absolutely none. He's walking in all of her, like, videos anymore. He's walking around, he's getting a shower, he's making food, he's singing along, he's talking, the TV's blaring, like, he's over it. He didn't care to, either that or she's not editing it out. But, I don't know. And she offers a huge thank you to nurses, doctors, and healthcare staff at this time. And yes, thank you, because you are on the front lines looking after the rest of us, and those who are the most vulnerable and who are ill. Having said that, Chantal has had choice words for those in the medical profession before, if I recall, because she felt she wasn't getting appropriate help, or they weren't taking things into consideration. Not that one can't be critical of poor medical care, but it felt a little over the top coming from Chantal. But, you know, if it was from her heart, it was from her heart. But I just thought it was a little, you know, it would be like that other channel that I reviewed saying that they were grateful, you know, for medical care after months of, you know, whatever. So the next video, good evening. It's another live. I feel like crap. Dairy messes me up. Is anyone new on the idea that dairy bothers Chantal? By the way, her flatulence fascination starts stream its way through some of these videos too. In these lives, flatulence, human waste, they don't come up a lot, but they come up often enough to remind you you're watching Chantal. She said she doesn't tolerate fatty foods very well. Hold my gravy. And she, of course, made cheesy potatoes and meatloaf, and that didn't sit too well, At this live stream, she's eating what looks like, I don't know what. She's eating frozen raspberries. And someone asks, a different person, every 3 minutes, for this hour, what she's eating. And she answers, and she's not bothered, and she does an okay live. But it was just over and over. She talks about TikTok, how she thought she would get on TikTok, now that she has the time to do it. And was going to... What did she say? I took the quote down. Going to go on TikTok and embarrass myself for attention. That about sums up the premise of Chantal's channel. It's not a weight loss channel. It's not a mukbang channel. It's not a vlog channel. It's not a makeup channel. It's embarrassing myself to get attention. And if embarrassing means, being sloppy, making noises, flip-flopping, all that kind of stuff, then that's what the premise is. But she presents herself as a person not to be taken seriously. And I think that's the premise, could be the premise of the channel, deep, deep down, She's either totally maniacal and manipulative, or she just has no sense of whatever. Other bullet points, because again, I can only go so far in these live streams, so I would fast forward and then be like, what are they talking about? Fast forward, what are they talking about? So we got to the point that Chantal can't dance. I'm stunned. No last meal if she was going to be executed, because she was concerned that she would defecate on herself. Again, you're watching Chantal. Giving CBD oil to cats. She didn't say she was. It was just a topic of discussion. Of course, about the coronavirus and the effects it would have on the economy. Chantal's not liking of hallucinogenic drugs. That's Bandit. She thought her cat was a girl, and it turned out to be a boy. And how she thinks cleaning is exercise. So that was that. Next! Eat with me, crunchy spring rolls and hot and sour soup. My eyes are going bad. I'm going to try to stay out of the light. BB's taking another shower, and in the back he's talking about politics, like talking at the TV when angry people do that. And loud, and she looks pissed. But he didn't care. He just doesn't care. He's not accommodating this anymore, I don't think. So, the news she has, and it's in the thumbnail, is that BB is sick. Congested, irritated throat, fever. So of course, because what did she do? She shared a fork with him and a drink with him. Force a habit. They live together. If one of them was sick, probably the other one gets sick. And I suspect, though I don't know, that they may have continued, if they had any, personal relations. Even though they're broke up, it wouldn't be uncommon. She wouldn't be the first person to do it. They wouldn't be the first couple to do it. So, if one has it, the other one has it. So since he's sick, Chantal says they're in quarantine. She's scared because her lungs aren't good. She often has labored breathing, which she thinks is caused by some irritant in the environment. She said BB asked her 3 times the night before to go to the hospital because she was high risk, and and that's very sweet of BB if he actually said that, but she made the point. She's not symptomatic. It's a waste of resources for her to go. +5 for Chantal for not wanting to waste medical resources in this time. Good for her. Now, she mentions the vlog channel, which we mentioned here about 15 minutes ago. And she was like, yeah, not a good time. There's nothing to do because we're inside. Plus there's no AdSense on a new channel like that. So that's gone. That's, and it's a good time to start organizing. Good time. And then she also elaborates about how yesterday's meatloaf she thought gave them food poisoning, to which BB interjected that it gave him diarrhea twice. So maybe they did have more in common than I thought. And then she, complains she's stuck inside and that it's tough, and there's enough of us. I've complained about being inside, though I'm not really. I don't go anywhere different now that we have to stay inside. I go to the supermarket, I go to the gas station to get cigarettes. I might go there to get soda, and I go to work. I don't go to, and maybe my parents' house, and I don't go too many other places. So I'm not really super affected by this. I try to think of it like rather than stuck, I'm safe. You know, try to switch the thinking of it a bit. But cabin fever's real. I get that. But it's only been like 2 days for her. It hasn't been that long. So, at any rate, Grumpy McDonald's mukbang. Now, she posted a comment, pinned it under this that said, I'm not happy with this video. Something like that. So I thought, crap, she's going to take this down. So actually, I went back like last night and did this because I thought by today it would be gone. And she slams the bags down and says, I don't want to hear it. I want a McDonald's today. So I want what I want when I want it. Who does that sound like? Me. Sounds like me when I used to drink. I want what I want when I want it, and I will step on your neck to get it. So, she's complaining a lot. In this whole video, she's just annoyed with everything, with everyone. She's complaining about BB, complaining about her setup. By the way, BB has a cold. He does not have anything more serious than that as far as anybody knows, but that's just because they Googled symptoms. So, we'll see. She gets defensive talking about Corona, because she thinks that people think she isn't taking it seriously. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. But she wasn't talking initially like she was. But she wouldn't be the first person. There's a lot of people, I live in America, who should be taking it a little more seriously than they probably are. But people's is people's. You know, not everybody's going to. So, this video I felt was overwhelmingly disgusting. Not her, necessarily, but just the action of, the frustration of a very unhappy woman sitting down and just eating a large amount of food. For some reason, this video stuck out as being very sad. Probably because it wasn't happy, chirpy, hey guys, hey, mukbang with the thing. It was more like angry eating. Like, she was eating like I used to drink when I was pissed. I'd sit there and stew about my enemies and and then make a list of everyone I hated. I felt like that's what she was doing. It was like hate eating for some reason. That's harder to watch. I don't even know if feeders like to watch that. They probably do. It probably had a lot of views. But I wasn't digging it. I wasn't digging the video. She was bitching about the TV being too loud, bitching about car mufflers going by, about packing for the move. She's excited for the new setup when she moves, where she'll be filming. Bitching about parking, bitching about not parking, packing. And then she defends her McDonald's mukbang at the end. And then finally, unless she's filming something now, so help me God if she is, and if it's a live, we'll do it next week. Stovetop and ravioli live. So it's dark, and this is an hour and a half long. Okay, so we're gonna get the gist. I'm gonna give you some bullet points. Okay, it's dark. People are like, "Would you light a candle? Would you put a light on? Something?" And she's like, "No." So 1,000 hellos. She feels sick. This is like her ongoing thing. Every live stream, she doesn't feel well. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Chantal, I believe. She's going to make it a loving herself day. No self-destructive behaviors, no self-harm. She's going to enjoy herself. Now, there will be a video out today. It's her birthday. I don't know if we're going to get that, or at least a presentation of that, or if she's going to sleep till 2 in the afternoon and then order takeout. I don't know. Maybe she'll do both. Maybe she'll actually do that, but then film that she, I don't know, took a bath, got a manicure, whatever. But I doubt that she's going to follow through with that because, I don't know. She said that she feels kind of like a split. That there's the fat me trying to destroy the real me. I don't know. This is my non-professional, I'm not a therapist assessment. I wonder if Chantal knows the real Chantal. And if she looked, she might not like what she saw. But the feisty fat girl is a good personality to take. I like me, I'll eat what I want, ... You know, she's been third wheel, I think, for most of her life. And she's had a couple relationships, and that's good. And she jumped right from one to the other at a young age. jumped into one and then got right into the next one. And she hasn't had a life outside of those except for her elaborated hoe days that she shares. So, I don't know about the idea of having a fat me. I think, though, like, as an addict, you know, there's part of you that's like, I'm not a bad person. I'm really a decent guy, but I really need to get this fixed. So, I'm going to steal your jewelry. You know, good people can do bad things in addiction, but I don't know if she's ever not been in addiction because she's always been overweight. So, I don't know. The final bullet points going through this, someone asked her what she actually ate today. And she said she had all that McDonald's, because this is the night of the McDonald's binge, a pastry she got for BB, a box of Stovetop, a canister of Pringles, which she ate most of and then finished during the live, soda, and then she was going to have 2 cans of ravioli. So, bullet points from this live, she's never had a healthy relationship with food. I know, big news, tear out the front page and frame it. The coronavirus stuff going on, she mentioned a little bit more about that. That she finds horror movies comforting. Mark finds them comforting too, so I won't pass judgment. Hookups. She kind of slid in there. For as far as hooking up and getting your needs met, she mentioned in either this live stream or a previous one she thought she was asexual, but now all of a sudden, if she needs to get maybe those needs met, she'll hook up with BB until she meets somebody else. Because it's familiar and it's comfortable. If BB knows about that, that would help. I don't know if there's anything wrong with it. It's their relationship or their friendship. It was their intimate relationship. Their rules, their boundaries. The only time that would get dicey is if they were actually in other relationships and were fucking around together after that, I think. They wouldn't be the first to do it. Certainly wouldn't be the first to do it. So, no judgment there, I guess. But, I just wonder if BB's on board. That's all. And then, that's about all I could take. So, where is the channel going? Well, I think there's going to be more mukbangs, not being called mukbangs, really. And that's going to continue. I don't see another apologetic, what was I doing, what was I thinking type of video for a while. You know, the one with no makeup and it's filmed at night. She looks kind of greasy. Bun and everything. So I don't see that for a little while. I just see more mukbang. She's trapped in the house. She can't go out. She's going to just get probably food delivered. The moving, some part of me thinks it's going to get stalled. For any number of reasons, whether it's related to pandemics or not. I feel like it's going to get stalled. It's not going to happen on the 15th. I think it will happen, I just don't think it'll happen on the 15th. And in the meantime, I hope she continues to film in the house, because I'm loving BB in the background. I'm not a big fan of BB. I wasn't when they were together. Because the kind of stuff he's doing now, which seems kind of rude, I kind of felt like he's been doing that all along. Now, is it rude? Because I don't know. I mean, he lives there too. You know, such is life. But I don't know. From the way they've been talking, I don't know if BB's gonna, you know, creep over to her side of the bed in the night to have a little whatever. But yeah, I'm liking BB now because I think he's being portrayed as his more authentic self. I think he feels much more free to be like, I'm coming through and you're eating on camera and I gotta live, so I'm not tiptoeing around this bullshit anymore. So I think to that end, I appreciate what I think is his candor about the whole thing. I think his behavior about it in her recent videos betrays what he's probably always felt about it, which was, this isn't worth any amount of my time and attention, and I don't feel obligated to tiptoe around it. So, never really liked BB, but I'll give him +5, I think, for that. So thank you all for watching. Please do subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell also to get the alerts. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc. Our email address and our contact info is all listed down below. Thank you for watching, and I will catch up with y'all with Mark tomorrow. Take care. Bye.